This is Fred Van Amlen, First Team Real Estate Christie's. Out tonight, men marching against human trafficking. We do it quarterly, basically, and we have men at each corner with placards in English and in Spanish trying to stop the girls from being kidnapped, enslaved, drugged out, and turned into prostitutes. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible situation. So we are standing against human trafficking. And it's fantastic, the wonderful, wonderful support we get. The police come by all night. People honk their horn. We got men at all the corners. It's just the best because human trafficking is just pure devilish hell. So please pray for us tonight. Support Men Against Human Trafficking. Support stopping trafficking throughout the world in any way, shape, or form. It's just horrible, horrible, horrible thing. These poor young ladies and young boys, for that matter, that are enslaved and turned into prostitutes by terrible men and women who sell these people's bodies, turn them into drug addicts where they work for drugs, and it's just a terrible, terrible, vicious circle. So compassion for the poor people that are enslaved, and not happiness at all for the pimps and the people that use these poor young boys and girls. So tonight at Gary and Holt in Pomona, we're doing a Men Against Human Trafficking, against young people. Especially we're campaigning, marching against the young people, the preteens and the teens that are kidnapped and stolen away and used and abused and given empty promises and lies about being taken care of, and it's all a lie. It's all enslavement, and trafficking is just from the devil. So please tonight pray for us as we stand against human trafficking, march against human trafficking. This is done quarterly. It's a Christian-based march group, but no particular church is involved. We usually just have men here because we call it Men Standing Against Human Trafficking, since generally speaking, men are part of the big problem with this terrible business. So Men Against Human Trafficking, and I'll show you what the back of a t-shirt looks like right there. And there's the hashtag Time to Care. So hashtag Time to Care, Men Standing Against Human Trafficking. We've got our signs in Spanish and English. We could probably have them in 100 languages, but hear the people honking as they go by. It's very, very cool. Most people are totally against human trafficking and the enslavement of young boys and girls. We're really standing right now mostly against the preteens and the teens that get kidnapped and enslaved and lied to and promised the world of being taken care of and watched over, and they end up turned into sex slaves. It's so gross, it's so rotten, it's so wrong. So a bunch of us men get together quarterly, hit the streets with our signs and protest. I alerted the chief of police last night. I was speaking at a city council meeting about supporting Amazon coming to Pomona, and I told the chief, hey, tomorrow night at Holt and Gary, we're going to be doing a men marching against human trafficking. And he said, right on, I'll make sure I send the patrol cars through the intersection once in a while. But it's exciting. Two of the guys with us tonight are retired policemen, so we have kind of our own little built-in security force, because there has been times when pimps have walked through or driven through us, and they have not been happy campers. We're trying to stop their way of doing business, their way of ruining people's lives, and that's a beautiful thing, and I don't mind people getting nasty about it, but that's just me. So pray for us tonight. Men marching against human trafficking. We're at Gary and Holt in Pomona. We do it for 1 hour and 18 minutes. The 18-minute thing is just a little symbolic thing about marching and standing against teens, people under 18 that are taken away, their life stolen, their identity stolen, and they're turned into sex slaves. So this is Fred Van Amlen, First Team Real Estate Christie's, and of course, as always, you know what you can reach me for in my business world, but tonight we're all about this march, men marching against human trafficking. This is Fred Van Amlen, First Team Real Estate Christie's, checking out. I'm at 909-261-9711.